We spent all of The Witcher 3 fighting the Wild Hunt. But what if I told you Geralt was once one of them, riding and traveling with them? So how and why he joined the Wild Hunt? How long was he there? And what did he do? Let's begin answering them. We get to know all about this during animated series of The Witcher 2. The story is post the ending of the books, so if you haven't read it, don't watch this video. So when Yennefer and Geralt die in a sense, Ciri takes them to the Isle of Avalon. According to Witcher Wiki, it is most likely located somewhere in the midst of a lake in Lyria and Rivia, near the city of Rivia. This point becomes important later in the story. So Geralt and Yennefer were in this island, enjoying their time together and minding their own business, until the Wild Hunt showed up and abducted Yennefer. It's like the world is allergic to Geralt having peace. This happens somewhere in 1698, and some people mistake this for the date Geralt joined the Wild Hunt, as a result saying that Geralt was a member of the Wild Hunt for 2 years, which is wrong because Geralt spent more than a year searching for Yennefer and finally caught up with the hunt on the December of 1270. In this year-long journey, Geralt witnessed the devastation the Wild Hunt left behind, their track full of blood and abduction. Later, Geralt meets Lesso. Lesso was struck by a lizard and was dying. Geralt arrives in time and saves him, which pays off because Lesso knew where the Wild Hunt was headed. Lesso and 2 other Viper Witchers join Geralt in his journey and help him on the way until they catch up with the Wild Hunt at Hanged Man's Tree. I will let Geralt continue this story.
The winter solstice 1270. Middenver, the night of magic. Letho wasn't lying, the hunt had stopped. At the Hanged Man's Tree, the spectral riders selected from among those they had taken. Yennefer was among them. A wraith cannot be killed, only driven away. Every Witcher knows that. Yet the riders fell beneath the blows of our Witcher's blades. Crimson blood flowed from under their dead men's armor. We could not kill them all. They were simply too many. A stalemate. He was different from all other elves. There was no shame in his gaze. He had never suffered persecution. He had endured no massacres. Humans had not taken his land. This elf was not of this world. He was an invader. We struck a deal. My soul for that of Yennefer. He agreed without hesitation.
So the reason Geralt joined the Wild Hunt was to save Yennefer from them. After they took Geralt, Lesso and his friends took care of Yennefer until they were arrested in Nilfgaard. Let's hear Lesso describe the time he spent with Yennefer.
Tell me about Yennefer. What happened after I departed?
She was feverish for several days, delirious, in agony. We thought that was it. She was on her way out. Somehow she recovered. But even then she was disoriented. Amnesia like you.
What then?
Well, the woman turned out to be quite a character. Throwing temper tantrums, trying to seduce orcs, trying to drive a wedge between us. After you so nobly sacrificed yourself, we thought it'd be dumb just to leave her somewhere. She wouldn't have survived more than a month. The whims and vigor of a duchess, but she was just a sorceress with no memory.
So how long Geralt was with the Hunt? Witcher timeline is confusing. It's either flawed or I'm missing something, because if you go by Witcher 2 animations, Geralt joined the Wild Hunt on winter solstice, which is 21st of December. And Witcher 1 starts at 1270, though the day and months are not clear. If we are to go by that, it means Geralt's membership card at the Wild Hunt Club expired in a week. But this doesn't make sense because Witcher 2 starts at 1271, which means the whole events of Witcher 1 happened in less than 10 days. Look at the timeline of The Witcher 1. This couldn't happen in a week. That brings me to the more logical conclusion that the timeline is not correct, at least by a few months if not a year. Like Witcher 1 starts somewhere in the spring of 1270 and ends in the late 1270. Then Witcher 2 starts at 1271. Or Witcher 1 starts at 1271 and there is a 1-year gap in the timeline of the game. At any rate, Geralt was with the Wild Hunt either for a week or a few months. So why did the Wild Hunt bother to abduct Yennefer and then Geralt? Wild Hunt was not after Yennefer or Geralt. Their real goal was to capture Ciri, to obtain her powers for traveling through time and space. They had the power to travel between the worlds, but it was nothing in comparison to Ciri's powers. And Ciri was in hiding, in a safe place. They decided to abduct Yennefer in a hope that Ciri will come to save her and they can capture her. However, it didn't work, so when Geralt finally offered his soul for Yennefer's, they happily accepted the deal, this time hoping Ciri will come to save him. And she did. The question is, why didn't Ciri help Yennefer but rescued Geralt from the Wild Hunt? I believe Geralt is the answer to that. It is a great risk for Ciri to appear anywhere out of her safe place, and she somehow knows about the Wild Hunt and the state of Geralt and Yennefer, though it is not clear how. It could be due to her elder powers and she being the Lady of Time and Space, or maybe through Avallac'h. Geralt, as soon as he sees the Wild Hunt take Yennefer away, comes back and starts looking for the Wild Hunt to save Yennefer, and I believe that's why Ciri didn't rescue Yennefer herself, as she was hoping Geralt would do so. But when the Wild Hunt got Geralt, there was no other option for her but to risk it and save Geralt, which made her life miserable because up until the events of Witcher 3, Wild Hunt was on her trail and she was constantly on the run. So it makes sense for her not to risk her life right away and to wait and see what Geralt does. And I strongly believe Avallac'h had a significant role in this. He wouldn't allow Ciri to do such a dangerous thing and risk her life, but when Geralt got caught, there was no other option, and Avallac'h couldn't stop her anymore. We actually get to have a conversation with him about this, and from the scene you can see he is definitely not thrilled about the fact that Ciri risked her life.
What is this place? Feels like I've been here before.
You have. You fought Eridan's projection here. Before that, Ciri fought here. For you.
What are you talking about?
Ever wondered how you managed to leave the Red Riders?
Many times, but I don't remember a thing.
Ciri came for you. She sensed you were in danger, tore you from the Hunt's grasp, then deposited you in the woods near Kaer Morhen.
Did Eridan start hunting her because of that? Because of me? Why didn't she say anything?
What would it have changed?
As for what he did at his time back with the Hound, we don't have much information. But we do know that he visited the land of Enel, the world where the Wild Hunt lives. Though we do not have conclusive evidence, we can assume that Geralt likely performed the same grim duties as other riders, raiding human settlements, slaughtering innocents, capturing slaves, and possibly seeking elder blood traces, including tracking Ciri. This aligns with how the Wild Hunt operates, a spectral army of Enel elves abducting humans to supply as slaves in their realm. Though keep in mind that Geralt wasn't himself when or if he did any of that. He had almost no autonomy, potentially under magical influence to keep him adhering to the Hunt's purpose. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you are interested in the world of The Witcher. And until the next time, goodbye.